It's January 24th, 2020, and it's time for another episode of the TLBX podcast, or the Lunchbox Podcast, our mainline podcast to feed your hunger on video games, music, movies, television, and many other avenues of entertainment. We are here Fridays on twitch.tv/thelunchboxpub, so be sure to follow and subscribe to us here on the channel, hit the bell to know when we go live, and keep up with everything we do as a whole on our social media channels on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at the Lunchbox Pub. If you miss your chance to watch live, don't worry, we got you covered, as episodes are archived on Twitch, as well as uploaded to our YouTube channel soon after. Let's introduce ourselves. What's up, guys? I'm Greg M., CEO, founder, editor-chief of the Lunchbox Publications, or you guys can call me The Remix, or Teh Remix, and I'm here with...
Hey everyone, Matt Green here, social media manager and news aggregator for the show.
Hello, it's your boy Old Sicky, Big John in the streets. You know what I'm talking about? I'm here.
Oh my god.
What's
They
up?
can't stop me.
Erisel here, aka the Slytherin Queen.
Alright, welcome guys to a brand new show and happy Friday. And we have a lot to talk about this week because we have a bit of a mixture of both entertainment and pulp culture that's happening throughout this week, or has been announced, or that's happening right now as we speak. But first things first, Matt, what do you got first and to the news to talk about?
So we got a lot of an eclectic mix of small news stories. So it'll kind of be a bit of rapid fire tonight. So first off, we're revisiting a story from last week. This comes from altchar.com, where sources claim about the delay for Cyberpunk 2077, mainly due to the current gen consoles. Before, there's a lot of speculation that we got the PS5 and Xbox Series X coming out soon. A lot of people were thinking, they're obviously getting ready for for the game to be compatible with the new systems. But in fact, it seems to be that the developers are not having the best time getting the game properly running on the Xbox One. That's kind of surprising to me because I figured,
That is weird.
I figured, between both the PS4 and Xbox One, they were kind of neck and neck when it comes to specs.
Yeah.
But I guess there's something about the Xbox infrastructure that they're having problems with.
Okay. Someone brought this up last night when we had our little meeting about this, because I know this article has been brought up to my attention, and this is sort of the first time I'm hearing about it, or I heard about it. I'm not too sure, but I remember when The Witcher 3 was supposed to be released on early January 2015, but it got delayed to May, and I'm like, what? And I was so confused. I was like, what was the reason behind that? But I was like, but look what happened. It was worth the wait. They had to wait at least 4 months after. Here you go. But I'm also confused in why but I'm also not surprised that CD Projekt Red delayed this game for until September. That means, I'm calling it now, we're going to see this game being shown at E3 again. And
if it shows at E3 again, it'll be like a super quick demo.
I'm also going to call it now.
A very small thing to reveal.
I bet they're going to show it. I bet they're going to announce it for the PlayStation 5 and the next Xbox Series X. There's no way.
Are you
sure?
He actually commented on that because, again, with the rumor about, supposedly making a PS5 and Xbox Series X version, and they denounced that. They say right now the only versions being developed are for PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
And, I'm not saying that, that a PS5 version is never going to happen, but right now the focus is to get those versions out and done, and probably afterwards we'll see if we get an updated SKU for the upcoming systems.
Okay, so like what they did for The Last of Us, right? They released it back in sort of in late 2013. Then all of a sudden, we got like a remastered version 2 years after. So you think 2022 we might see a Cyberpunk 2077 and
that's actually pretty likely, especially since I didn't put on the docu here, but it was a very, very small story regarding Cyberpunk. but they're also talking about how the game is supposed to have a multiplayer mode to ship after, but that won't be ready until like 2021.
Okay.
Oh
So it wouldn't be
wow.
surprised.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, it wouldn't be surprised if sales and marketing wise they use that as an extra incentive for the later ports. Maybe a higher player count for the next gen versions.
I think it's safe to say also that we have how what's the term? All studios, all game development studios, and in the indie game studios now have access to the next gen console development kits. Like they
A good amount of them, yes.
a good amount have had their hands on it since. What was it, Big John? Didn't you say like last year that they've been have their kits already, right, for the PS5 and the Xbox Series X? Like all studios should have that. Was it you?
Was it me?
I don't know, but but I remember you were saying, Big John, like something in the lines like, like before they can't even tell the public that they have them because obviously
NDAs.
Yeah. So I'm not surprised if CD Projekt Red already had their kits since last year or the year before. Maybe I'm not too sure. However, I mean, if you look at The Witcher's award, the amount of awards The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt has won, because obviously it was the last game, and I'm not also adding on the DLC like Blood and Wine, for example.
Right.
It was definitely worth the wait, and it won multiple Game of the Year awards. I think Cyberpunk 2077 is going to be, again, worth the wait. I know it's been years since they announced it, since Witcher 3 was out, so I was like, okay. And it's going to take some time. I'm not surprised that that there have been issues already with the console version of this game, and I'm like, okay. But again, for me, the only thing that baffles me the most is the September release date. I was like, okay, I can wait, because remember we brought up last week the backlog of games myself and everyone else in the gaming community has to beat and finish. But I was like, hold on. I mean, wait a minute. For The Witcher 3, they only delayed for 4 months. This is going to be twice as that, like 8 months. So I'm like, okay, I can wait. I mean, I said it last week. I have patience. I'm definitely going to be playing this game on the PC. There's no way. I recently bought myself the Logitech G502 series Hero Mouse, which I am getting ready, and it's safe for me to say this, I will be playing Doom Eternal for the company. I will be calling off that day from work just to stream for the company, because I know we have plans for the Animal Crossing stream podcast edition, which is going to be like...
Oh, absolutely, but...
So, yeah.
We need a couple days to get our towns ready,
Oh, true. That's true. Yeah, fine. Okay, I can do it. That can work.
Yeah,
Maybe...
give me like a month or something. Give me a good amount of time to really just dedicate myself to it.
At this point, we'll just go to Big John's house and Big John's town and be like, Big John, I need this money tree. We just chop it down and we just take it with us. Oh man, but I won't be surprised. I'm calling this right now, folks. I won't be surprised if the hardcore Animal Crossing players in our company, Matt and Big John, if they have everything unlocked in 1 week, I'll be like, y'all give me your stuff.
It's not that easy.
Now,
yeah,
you guys
okay.
better sleep first, okay?
Yeah.
Like,
Plus, unfortunately, some stuff in the game. Yeah, and plus some stuff in the game, unfortunately, is usually time gated. So we gotta wait a couple weeks for the big stuff.
Yeah, that's okay. Deal. All right, no hacking like a PlayStation 3 clock, folks. I swear to God, y'all be changing the dates on your. I'm about to say.
They punish you for that anyway. So
they do? Seriously? I did not know that.
Oh, yeah,
no. I did not know that.
That's why Rossetti would. Well, he would show up for that too, not just with you, Rossetti, but your house would get filled with roaches too.
Ew!
And some stuff will grow at a slower rate than normal.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think the only time I've ever cheated on a game was when I would use like that Masingo thing for
the
Pokemon.
missing number. The missing number. Yeah.
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 That was literally it.
If you left that cheat on and you beat the game, and if you come back a couple days after, your game will get messed up. Try looking at your Hall of Fame, and while you did that cheat, like it sucks. I'm telling you that right now.
But
Like,
usually, all you gotta do is release it and you'll be fine.
oh,
Yeah.
you don't release
Yeah.
it? Don't you beat it up? I never.
No,
caught
you
it.
have to
You catch
release
it.
it. What?
Like you catch it, you can catch it to get like to exploit the item duplication, but you release it and everything will be fine.
Oh wow. I mostly
I would save my master
it.
ball just so I could catch it, and then I would have like multiple other master balls. It was great.
Oh my
Oh boy, that
gosh.
sounds dangerous.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, trust it was.
Crash
It
your
was dead.
game. Crash your game and your battery.
I
All
never
right.
crashed my game. I did crash my battery a couple of times. Though.
Gaha. There you go. All right, guys.
Worth it.
Cyberpunk 2077 hits the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC September 2020. So be sure to check it out. What you got, Matt?
Next we got some more unfortunate delayed news. This time in regards to
my
Dying Light 2.
Oh man, I see their
Happy.
letter. Man, Techland. Oh man, that's great news right there. Great news right there, folks.
Hey, no. We talked about this last week. Delays are
Good. Yeah.
a good way for them to improve upon the game, and that's what's important, right?
I believe in Techland. Dying Light 1 was great. I played a little bit of it back on the PlayStation 3. Yeah. It was a good title, and it definitely got your blood pumping, because especially at night, because that's when obviously the zombies get more powerful and brutal fast for no apparent reason. And the game's how should I say? I will admit to this: the game's parkour action is a bit on par, or literally on the same level as Mirror's Edge. I'm saying that now, cause I mean, that's the only way to survive, is to stay like away from the zombies, not just running away, folks. If you're going to be playing Dying Light, especially in this sequel, run away. Running works. I understand beating enemies and stuff like that gets you either items or experience, but if you're legit, if your item is broken and you're gonna try to fight someone with a zombie with a dull blade, good luck with that. Good luck with that, because the game's mechanics, especially when traversing and traveling, is all about parkour, and the movement, especially in the first person's perspective, because obviously we know sort of Mirror's Edge was the first in first person, I think, parkour action, while third person was, I'll say, Assassin's Creed or Getting Up. Or was Mark Echo's Getting Up, Matt? Did it have parkour in it? Yes or no?
A little bit.
Okay.
Not as much. The platform was so.
Yeah, and
But,
I know Infamous had
if
parkour
you're going down
also.
that right, I mean, you should probably credit Prince of Persia first.
Oh yeah, I'm so sorry, Ubisoft. Man, Denise would stab me. Yeah, Prince of Persia: Sands of Time. Oh man, Warrior Within had the scariest parkour ever in a level, because you had to run away from that big ass monster boss. You had to memorize, and if you died, you had to memorize where each platform was. Man, but again, Dying Light 2. I mean, it's been a long time coming for this game to come out, especially since we're about to reach the new how should I say, consoles, and like what we said about Cyberpunk 2077, it's definitely going to be coming out for the next gens also, not just the PC but also the next gens like the PS5 and the Xbox Series X. Right. There's no way because if they did the original Dying Light enhanced edition, I think, for the PS4 and Xbox One when it was back on the 360 and the PS3, I believe. I think.
Yeah, they released that like a couple years after.
Yeah, so they're gonna do it for this. So again, guys, spring 2020 is not gonna happen for Dying Light 2. Just it's going to be back. I think to be announced, right, Matt? Yeah, it's just
give them time.
Yeah, just give them time. Man, speaking of Dying Light 2, where's Dead Island 2, yo? My God.
Nobody knows.
Man.
At this point, you just gotta wait.
That's like asking where Half-Life... Anyways! No, I'm not gonna bring up old ghosts. Alright, so, to be announced...
With Dead Island 2, man.
Oh, yeah. Dead Island 2 looked awesome, and that trailer was hilarious. That's how when you saw that. Remember, Matt, we saw that? You, me, Lynette, and
Yeah,
Denise? And
yeah,
we
the
were
guy
like,
jogging stuff.
yeah, and he started, his body started decaying and stuff while the
Hmm.
world around him was like getting all messed up. I was like, oh, Lord. But, jeez. But stay tuned, and we'll see what happens next. What you got, Matt?
All right, so this one I actually just added recently. Kind of a rumor mill thing going on, but there seems to be some a
That's
little
good.
bit of credible weight to it. But yeah, so there's a possible chance that we might be getting a remake to Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh, really? Okay, so where's my Jade Empire? BioWare, we're gonna start making that game. Oh, no, I'm not gonna talk, man. Get this out of my face. I'm not. Nope, nope. As much as I love KOTOR 1 and 2, and this next to Halo was one of my most played games when we had the Xbox, and obviously, the sister took control because she loves the Fable series. Rest in peace, Lionhead Studios. Uh, but I mean, yes, I would love to see a remake of KOTOR, but I would also love to see a remake of Jade Empire. The only thing is, since LucasArts is gone, who's going to pick up the helm? That's the question.
I mean, it will either be BioWare themselves, or they could just hand it off to another company who's really good at porting these kind of games.
And
Like who's like a Blue Point kind of theme.
Blue Point Studios, yeah, I guess. I would love to, but at the same time, like, since, Lucas Lucas is it Lucasfilms is under the Disney brand and stuff like that. Will Disney
Yeah.
actually allow this to happen? That's the
Yes,
question.
I mean, because that seems to be their mission now, where instead of Disney themselves has not been really interested in making games on their own anymore.
Yeah,
Um, they seem to be going around like we recently seen with the Marvel stuff,
yeah.
where they'll find a team that they like and say, "Hey, we want you to make your dream game based on this franchise," and just
Hmm.
let them go ahead. That's how we got Insomniac working on Spider-Man. That's how we got um, Team Ninja, I believe, working on the Ultimate Alliance games. And
Yeah, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
so it seems to be their main message going forward. It's just that when it comes to Star Wars stuff, everything seems to be locked down to EA, because that deal is still ongoing. They have another 4 years, I believe.
Oh, before BioWare
Damn.
becomes a independent studio, correct? Right?
Oh, no, I'm talking about the deal is that EA has a 10-year license with Star Wars.
Oh,
So, so
okay.
for a 10-year period, only EA can make and distribute Star Wars games. That's how we got the recent two Battlefront games, and of course Jedi Fallen Order.
I will say this to you guys right now. They're getting sort of better because I know I know everyone knows
And it better
the.
be.
Well, I know, I know, dude. How do you think I feel? How do you think I feel? Because remember, Star Wars Battlefront 2 in the beginning was so bad, and I was very disappointed. However, as years went by, they finally gave the fans what they wanted, and we gave Respawn a chance, and we believed in, and we were worried about Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and look what happened. It's one of the most best Star Wars single player game experiences ever, and
It just took
excuse
forever to
me,
do it.
yeah, finally, right? It's just that we'll see where this goes. And speaking of BioWare, and I really want to hear this from Erisel, and I know Erisel doesn't want me to bring this up at all.
Just say it.
What are you about to do?
Did you ever pick up Mass Effect Andromeda for the PS4?
Let me tell you about yourself, Greg. No, Greg. No, I didn't. Okay, I honestly just couldn't.
What
Couldn't-
happened? What happened?
Had no desire. I think I think that you are offensive.
No,
for
but
even bringing
okay. Hold on.
I had forgotten it existed, and I was happy in that plane
Okay.
of ignorance.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me. Okay. First off, Bioware is a little bit.
Let me tell you about.
No. It's okay. Don't.
Okay, since you brought it up.
Oh God, here we go.
Since you decided to bring it up,
I'm
okay,
trying to because like
it's the only moment
son.
when I understand how OG Assassin's Creed fans feel about where Assassin's Creed is now. That is what I will say. That's all I will say, and I'm leaving it there. Continue with your conversation.
What I'm trying to say, do you think there's a way BioWare can redeem themselves with this? If they're going to remake KOTOR, because honestly, Mass Effect Andromeda was legit one of the most biggest disappointments in the franchise as a whole. I was disappointed. Erisel, you and me both had faith in the game. This is no jokes now, because
Please
like, KOTOR was, oh my goodness, one of the best looking games. And the thing is,
if the story itself was phenomenal,
exactly. But having EA remake, we've never seen EA even remake or do an HD remake to any games. Me and Matt. And some of us are still waiting for Def Jam to be Vendetta and Fight for New York to be remastered. Icons was garbage. I'm going to say that right now. And I want Dead Space 1, 2, and 3 in one collection. I want it on the Switch. Hello? Can someone clip this for me so I can tag EA in this? Because for reals, they can be making bank right now. Because
EA knows that people want these remakes. Before they were not akin to making remakes, but I think their attitudes have been slowly changing about that. I don't know if they're going to actually do it, but the attitude has been slowly changing about that.
Because, to be fair and honest with you, BioWare's Jade Empire, I really wanted a sequel to that. That game was amazing back on the original Xbox. And KOTOR, especially like in the Jade Empire RPG setting, KOTOR was a little bit the same game because obviously it's from BioWare. It was great. Like, again, if BioWare can make some type of redemption, because especially from Mass Effect Andromeda, this is it. Or otherwise, make the next Dragon Age game. Because this is not looking great on stuff, because I understand EA has.
Oh wait, you say Dragon Age?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
They confirmed Dragon Age 4 is happening.
Well, that's the thing. Where is it? Because I'm only.
well. Hold up. I will let us wait. I will wait. If they can actually make the game great, I'll wait for it. Because
they need to
redeem. Like that's just worth the wait.
This has to be a redemption from them, because. And again, Andromeda was so highly, what's that word, Erisel? We were anticipated. There you go. We were anticipating
It was
this.
highly anticipated, and then we were robbed.
Exactly. I mean, that's why I'm like, BioWare, please. Like,
please.
I don't think that they would revisit it if they didn't have the confidence that they could.
I forgot about Inquisition. Yes, and BioWare, if you're gonna make a multiplayer game, please have multiplayer that sort of makes sense, not just missions here and there. Like, oh my goodness, jeez, it's such a mess. I'm like,
let's
cringing.
hope for the best. You know, I want to be optimistic. I want to see these games succeed. I want these guys to do well. I want them to redeem themselves. I would like to stop hating them. Hatred is very exhausting.
Sorry folks. Yeah, no, like, I agree. I agree. Okay.
Honestly, my biggest worry is that, and we can probably move on after this, but my biggest worry is just the fact that, EA is definitely a company that is not a stranger to closing down a studio that they think is only subpar when it comes to what they put out. So
yeah,
good point.
After what we've seen between both Andromeda and Anthem, like Dragon Age 4 right now is starting to feel like this could, depending on how the outcome is, this could be Strike 3, and who knows if BioWare would even exist after that.
Oh man, I mean,
no, that's a fair point.
Yeah, I mean, I totally hope that I'm wrong. Dragon Age is great. It's doing gangbusters, and the company goes back to like back to the same energy they had in their heyday. I'm just saying the writing is on the wall as to what could happen in the coming future.
Yeah, and I mean, there you go.
That's fair.
Okay. So, cross your fingers, folks. It may happen. Star Wars KOTOR or Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, the RPG. If it gets remastered, hey, can't wait. I mean, that's definitely a pickup. Shoot, I have a copy on Steam. And
dude, I'm just daydreaming of all like the fanfic that's gonna like erupt if it does succeed and it does well.
I just want a KOTOR movie at this
or if
point.
It got, like,
I'm sorry.
If it gets bad. Like either way, it'd be great.
I mean
that KOTOR movie is possible since there was some small detail about Last Jedi that apparently made Revan canon to the main series again.
Oh, here we go.
Wait, seriously?
Here we go.
Cool.
Here we go.
There was something about the do you remember those books that Rey took from the Jedi Temple in Episode 8?
Yep.
Yeah, the ones that supposedly Yoda had like burnt to a crisp or something, but
Yeah,
didn't actually do.
Yeah, I know. But apparently, if you look really closely when she's glancing through the books in Episode 9, there's some reference to Revan in those passages.
Wow.
You know what?
Cool.
I still haven't watched it. Thanks.
I mean, it's not a big spoiler.
Okay.
Honestly, you will forget. Like it's such a small scene. It's really not that big of a deal.
Oh no, it was very much a blink and you miss it kind of detail. It's just the fact that they wouldn't put that kind of detail in there if they weren't going to do something. At least have the potential to do something later down the line, which is part of
right. That's a pretty awesome Easter egg.
Yeah, and that's part of what fueled this discussion about a possible KOTOR remake in the first place.
Yeah, here we go. Okay, well, here's to it. Here's to it.
Absolutely.
Honestly, Greg, don't watch it. Just don't watch it.
On to the next topic.
Matt, what you got, man? What you got?
Well, actually, next topic is mostly you because the Call of Duty League launched recently.
Yeah, the inaugural season kicked off today over at Minneapolis, Minnesota, the home of the Minnesota Rocker. I know that's one of Big John's favorite teams he's looking at right now because of the logo. But it kicked off very well. Just a heads up to everybody, the Chicago Huntsmen and the Dallas Empire were the first two teams to go against each other, especially since this is the beginning of the Call of Duty League. This is the first time franchise cities are being represented. Sorry, my bad. And Chicago Huntsmen have defeated the Dallas Empire 3-1. Game 1, we have it on Azure Cave Hardpoint with the Huntsmen winning 250 to 209. That's the score. Huntsman taking the first map. Second map, it was a bit of it was a huge shutout as the Dallas Empire, and check this out, guys. They took our Arklov Peak in the Search and Destroy match, and they won 6-1. Legit.
Ooh, nice.
Dominated the team. But however, for map 3, the Huntsmen did answer back with a game of domination over in Hackney Yard. They took the score with a 202 to 157. And this is the first time, it's been years, ladies and gentlemen, since in the past Call of Duty games we had Capture the Flag, we had a game mode called Uplink, and this is the first time they're bringing it back. Domination. It's three flag game type. How should I say? Defend the flags, get points while you're defending it. Make sure nobody takes over. Does that make sense? Keep it short. So, Huntsman did answer back to that 6-1 loss against the Empire back in Search and Destroy with a 202 over 157, as I said. And the last map, Game 4 on Gunrunner Hardpoint with the Huntsman defeating the Empire 250 to 173. And yes, folks, the Huntsmen are going by with, actually the league is actually going by this point system, 10 points for every win, I believe, and I know we just started, but they're number 1 in the brackets right now with the lead of 10 points. So congrats to the Huntsmen again. As we speak right now, the Seattle Surge are playing against the Florida Mutineers. It is right now, I believe, if I refresh. Okay, it is Seattle Surge has two matches over the Florida Mutineers. They only have one, so we'll see what happens. Again, launch weekend is happening, folks. If you haven't done so already, please tune in, which is happening right now as we speak. You can actually catch up all of the action on the Call of Duty League official YouTube site, and I won't leak the next topic we're going to talk about. However, I will end this topic with the announcement of team skins. You can actually pick them up right now as we speak. Wow, this video did not load well. Oh yeah, there it is. Anyways, you can actually pick up the team skins and camos of the current Call of Duty League teams. All 12 teams are now available on the Call of Duty Modern Warfare franchise store site over on the store page of the multiplayer screen, and you can root for whoever you're rooting for. So if you guys have any questions and stuff like that, do I think we're gonna get a DC team? I don't know. I honestly don't know. Nice. It would be nice. I did talk over this with some people. They told me who would pick it up, and I said to myself, hold on. Since, if I'm correct, it's $25 million to start a franchise in the Call of Duty League. So I'm like, okay. And as much as I want Mark Ian, who is currently the owner of the Washington Justice, our Overwatch League team here in the DMV, as much as I like for him to purchase that, I'm like, hold on. I know he has the Washington Castles, our tennis team here. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I feel like it should go to another investor should try and take a shot, at least in trying to purchase or start off a team here in the DMV area. And I would love to see a Call of Duty team here because, hey, if we can do Overwatch and stuff, and I know we have some people from the DMV area representing the cities in Super Smash Brothers and some people representing in League of Legends, we definitely have a shot of having one in next year's Call of Duty game. It's too early to ask me what Call of Duty is coming out next. Please don't ask. Please don't ask. Just wait till late in the NBA Finals when we see the teaser. Just wait. So
really, only question I was just going to ask is what team are you currently following the most? Like, who are you rooting for?
The top 5 teams I am looking forward to, and if I can share with you all. Oh wow. Erisel knows. At the moment, the top 5 teams, number 5, I am looking at the New York Subliners. I am looking at Donnie Temp right now. He's been doing good in his scrims for the past couple of months that I've been watching, and because some teams like to actually stream on Twitch their scrimmage matches against other players, and I know Donnie streams from time to time, and I know Attach, he also plays for the New York Subliners. They've been doing well. They've been going on and off in some matches, but I see I have a lot of faith in Zuma and Accuracy, Temp, and Zero, and Attach, and of course Doug, Sensor, Martin. I know they have what it takes. It's just finding that balance, finding that chemistry a bit. So that's what I think. My number 4 team, I am looking at the Seattle Surge. I know they have Damon Karma Barlow. He is actually a 3-time Call of Duty World League champion. He is teamed up with Apathy, and he has Enable and Octane. So, which they're also, how should I say, I can tell like each of these teams, and before I get to my other 3 picks, they have veteran players, they also have rising or advanced players, and they also have like new faces, if that makes sense. So I'm like, okay, it's a mixture of like, I see a balance of teammates and team chemistry, so we'll see where this goes, because I understand some people who have teamed with other esports organizations before we went to a city franchise mode, they're teaming up with how should I say, other people, and that they want to team up like back then. They just didn't know how. But so this is definitely a good start. So Seattle Surge is definitely number 4. My number 3 pick is the Atlanta FaZe. Okay. They do have 2 of the last year's Call of Duty World Championship teammates. Their names are on the they're on the tip of my tongue right now, but one of them is Simp. Simp, he did that 5-piece kill against the other team while he was still in United back on Search and Destroy, which was, oh my lord, like, I wish I can bring it up to you guys, but maybe next week, I promise. But however, this is going to be a little bit biased, however, but at the same time, it's difficult. I don't have a number 2 or a 1 pick because they're sort of on the same level. Both the Chicago Huntsmen and the Dallas Empire are, for me, neck and neck right now. Like Dallas and Chicago, because they both have. It's crazy who they have each other on their team. I am really looking at Dallas Empire a little bit more now. The most interesting player I am looking at, besides Clayster, and who was also last year's champion, he has a second ring now, and Crimsix, who used to play with Scump, who's now in the Chicago Huntsmen. It's Shotzi. The kid has won multiple Halo tournaments. Wasn't
he nominated at the Game Awards?
Yes, and at the same time he was no, the Esports Awards, like a couple years back, because remember, he was the one who took down the Dynasty team, the Tox Gaming team. He was with that group. I'm trying to remember it. But he brought down the top tier Halo team back in the day, and it's funny enough that 2 Halo players, they're now going against each other, but now in Call of Duty now, which is kind of funny. So I'm like, wow. Frosty, he's on the floor of Mutineers. He was with Toxic Gaming. He knows Shotzi very well because he used to play Halo against him. Mm-hmm. So that's interesting. But I'm looking at Shotzi in the Dallas Empire right now. He was, when you're playing map control games like Domination and Hardpoint, one of the games he was in, I think it was on Hardpoint on game 1 that happened earlier tonight against the Chicago Huntsmen and the Dallas Empire game. Game 1, it legit had Shotzi. He was on a flag for 2 minutes straight.
Wow.
I was like, just hearing that from the analysis and the casters, I was like, Jesus. So we'll see where this goes. Again, he's a rising player. He was great. He was great in Halo. We'll see where it goes, because I'm not surprised if you see other gamers who have played different types of first-person shooter games get used to this one. So it's going to be, they're going to get comfortable. So that's one thing. The next team who was on the same level, again, on the same tier, the Chicago Huntsmen. I mean, again, they dominated. They just won. But you can actually see, if I bring this up right now on the screen, if you guys check this out, both Hardpoint and Domination, those are respawn type games. That means you have more than just one life and you can just keep going over and over again. However, if you see Game 2, Search and Destroy, you only have one life. They're not great, if you guys know what I mean. You guys see what I'm saying? Like, there are different game modes. There are different types of, maps, obviously. And from what I heard, the Dallas Empire, they've been doing multiple S&D tournaments since the game just released. So, again, we'll see what happens in the season. Again, this just started. This is the first day of the league. I can't wait to see what they have in store. There's going to be multiple plays. And, again, congrats to Scump, Formal, and the rest of the Chicago Huntsmen. I don't need to bring up Scump and Formal as the 2 players I'm looking at right now, because, hell, I mean, Formal's also a world champion, and even Scump also as well. Again, they teamed up with each other back in 2017, and they won the Call of Duty World League. So, we'll see. I mean, it's going to be very interesting. So, that's all I have to say. And if you guys look at that right now, the Surge legit just won Domination 188 to 184 just now. That is crazy. Yeah, no, down the bottom against the Mutineers. They won 188 to 184 on Domination. God dang, that should have been a great game. But that's all I have to say. Again, can't wait. I'll definitely share more input on what the team has to do to improve and such. But other than that, yeah, that's all I have to say.
So you were talking about some of the players streaming on Twitch. That's actually interesting considering our next topic about the deal that YouTube signed. With them.
It really baffles me how that just happened. It's crazy. So our next topic, Matt, you want to name it?
So I'll just get through this real quick and let you take a hold of it since you have more weight on this. But this comes to us from The Verge, where YouTube signs exclusive streaming deal with Activision Esports for Call of Duty and Overwatch League.
And I'll definitely add Hearthstone to the esports as well.
And Hearthstone, yes.
Yeah, it should be. Oh man, it sort of baffles me a bit. Like, I'm like, okay, this is interesting. Do you remember last year I told you we had this discussion about like how Courage from 100 Thieves he left? Remember the whole talk about? Okay, before I bring that story up, sorry. Remember Ninja left? He left for Mixer, right?
Right.
And Shroud did the same thing too.
Right.
So I was like, okay, people are sort of jumping ship from Twitch, don't know what's going on, and I understand there's also a money deal, right, Erisel? Obviously, it's the money, it's the contract, it's, the moolah. I mean, hey,
it's always all about the money.
Pretty much, make it rain. So, I think I'm calling this right now. I think ever since they left, that's when Courage, he left Twitch, and now he's streaming full time on YouTube Gaming. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. That's cool. I mean, like, everyone's branching out. They're either going to Mixer, going to YouTube Gaming. They either some of them are going to Facebook Gaming for mobile purposes also, as like for the mobile games. That's great.
Right.
With this one, this is a bit like, wow. So what happened? So Twitch just like, so I'm guessing Activision just said, hey, I mean, we want to pick just only one platform. YouTube is the way to go. And I'll have to admit, that's not a bad deal because YouTube is always accessible to anybody. And at the same time,
everyone has a Google account at this point.
Exactly. That's the thing. And it's much more active since a lot of people are making content they're streaming on Twitch. However, where are they uploading their content, Matt?
To YouTube.
Exactly. So I was like, that's a smart play. And it's going to be interesting to see how YouTube is going to change the esports industry. And I know a lot of people are a little bit skeptical. I know a lot of organizations and other games haven't joined the YouTube wagon. Like, for example, League of Legends, Apex Legends, and the Rainbow Six, which the Invitational is happening right now as we speak. I mean,
I think Riot is still doing
Twitch.
YouTube.
Really?
Yeah.
Twitch? Okay. So
see,
like,
Twitch.
I'm not being fearful at the same time. I'm not nervous about the future of how should I say the future of the league and the esports leagues and stuff like that. However, for Twitch, it's going to be a bit. They need to, how should I say? They need to make some big plays for the next couple of months, especially if they don't want to lose deals or deals or sponsors or like, how should I say, like, contracts and stuff with other games and their own esports franchise. Because what if the next, I know it's under Activision because Activision does cover Blizzard. Obviously you see Overwatch and Hearthstone, and they have Call of Duties under the Blizzard name.
Yes, the deal is company wide, so everything under Activision Blizzard is part of this deal. If they're running an esports league for it.
I will not be surprised if we're going to see BlitzCon if this year's BlitzCon 2020 is going to be hosted and shown on YouTube Gaming. I will not be surprised. So that's awesome. Because if I think about it, everyone has that ability to multi-stream to different platforms at the same time. Like, people can do it through Restream, like on Facebook. You can stream through Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch at the same time. I think Activision just wants to make a full deal with just one streaming platform service, and YouTube just happened to take that opportunity. So, yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I actually had no issue watching the first match between the Chicago Huntsmen and the Dallas Empire earlier today, and I was comfortable on the YouTube app. So, yeah, I mean, it
Okay,
felt
yeah.
fine.
So no technical hiccups or anything like
No,
that.
not at all. They play at the same time. You know what I noticed? Remember, Twitch has their own advertisements, right? YouTube, none of that. It had exactly the Call of Duty League advertisements. Exactly. So I'm like, okay, and it did show, and I was like, it is Activision, and I was like, oh, okay, and it is Blizzard. They did show, and starting February 8th and 9th, folks, the Overwatch League's 2020 season starts. And yes, they showed an advertisement for that, along with the upcoming clothing brand under the Staple brand, so... Yeah, not Staples, the office company. No, Staple. That's it. So, yeah. But, I mean, again, congrats. I mean, YouTube definitely is definitely getting a lot of attention now since, you know, they have 3 of the best, most watched esports games on their platform. So, hey. I don't know how Twitch or Mixer can bounce back from that. If I think about it, Mixer should automatically, because you already know the new Halo's coming out. If I was Mixer right now, I would at least get my hands on Halo World Championships like now. But we'll see.
Good time to announce, especially since it's Microsoft. All of that is already under the one banner anywhere.
Exactly.
I guess you just want to wait for like concrete details of Halo Infinite to start trickling out before they announce that kind of stuff.
E3 2020. That's the only way we're going to see it. Well, we'll see from there. But, okay.
All right, so now on our next story, we're getting into more broad entertainment news. This comes from Time Out, where there was an interview recently with actor Hugo Weaving, where he announced that he talked about a couple of things actually. Both we'll go through real quick. One was the fact that Matrix 4 is coming out soon. Everyone remembers Hugo Weaving as Agent Smith from the previous movies. So he announced that surprisingly he will not be in the new Matrix movie.
Mr. Anderson, welcome back. I'm not in this one. That's what. That's crazy.
I just want to see him kick somebody's butt. Like, he's phenomenal in action scenes. I literally watched V for Vendetta just for him.
To be fair and honest, he had to grow.
Also, the gay scene, but mostly for him.
He went through weeks of martial arts training, especially for the Matrix Reloaded and Revelations. Yeah, Matrix Revelations or Revelation. I don't know. Yeah, but even the first Matrix movie, he was training hard, especially in those hand-to-hand combat scenes with Keanu Reeves, because they wanted the Wachowskis wanted to make the movie very realistic when it comes to the besides the wire techniques, obviously, like the jumping crane kick that Carrie-Anne Moss did when she was Trinity. But that's
there was a lot of authentic stunts done by a large amount of the actors. Like they took a lot of chances when it came to making the original trilogy.
Oh jeez. I mean,
which I think just really improved all of the actors, and I don't see them hating them for it.
Here's my question: what is it going to be all about, though? I understand.
No idea.
Okay, so
none at all.
Just so everyone knows, and you sort of had almost 18 years to watch. No, 17 or more years to watch this trilogy.
15 plus. 15
okay.
Plus.
I know what you're about to say, and at this point it's not a spoiler anymore.
Yes.
It's really not. It's really not.
The last of the humans and the rest of the machines have made peace. They left each other alone. That's it. That's all you need to know. The only question.
Not to mention, didn't Neo beat up the last main Agent Smith anyway?
Yeah, he beat the main.
Yes,
the main. Yeah, he did. He did. That's why obviously
destroyed him.
He legit went. He just. He became the one.
Before Ham was actually a thing.
Yeah, he legit became the one. He became the one. The only question is, what is the new threat that's against the real world and the Matrix itself?
Well, I mean, obviously, the robots were like, so we want your batteries back.
What? That's weird.
I'm just saying. They're like, listen, we're all dying. We're gonna go back to how we were using you guys as like a continuous energy source. Thanks for your life.
Wow, that's dark.
I mean, and I say this with like all the love. Is that not technically what the newest Terminator film is all about?
I did not watch Dark Fate, but
I haven't seen it. Say that again.
I'll say that's pretty accurate.
Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I haven't actually seen the film, though Tumblr told me everything I needed to know, and I'm definitely watching it. But the main gist that I get from it is it's essentially all of the other movies all over again.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
oh man.
I mean, though to be fair, it makes sense because the last one before that, where they were like in the future or whatever, and we watched John. Who was John? Christian Slater?
Christian Bale. You're talking about
Bale,
Salvation.
right. Yes, Salvation. So I heard that was trash. Oh, see, there you go. That's what I'm saying. So everyone ignores that one exists. So it's just like they did that specifically so that Dark Fate could be a thing, right?
Actually, in fact, what is it? All you need to know going into Dark Fate, which I still need to see as well, actually. But all you need to know is going in is that only 1 and 2 are canon. So watch the first one, watch Judgment Day, and you're up to speed. 3, 4, and 5, ignore them. The Sarah Connor Chronicles, despite how great they're written, those are
that was such a good show.
Such a good show. Unfortunately, those don't count as well.
Damn it. You know what? That's fair. That's fair. Although I do have to say this, I really need all production companies, all whoever's writing this, like I need them to stop doing that. Why do it? What's the point? It hurts my soul. It's like, you know what? I will use the best example ever. The example I love using the most because it pisses me off, even though I still watch every single one of the films in the franchise. Resident freaking Evil.
Oh wow.
The 6th film. The 6th film basically says everything after the 2nd film, and actually the 2nd film itself as well, are obsolete and unnecessary. It retells the entire story to the point where 2 through 5 mean absolutely nothing.
Really?
And you basically you basically waste your life by watching those films according to film 6.
I'm so sorry. Oh wow.
The only thing that they keep canon are the monsters and Claire and Alice's relationship. That is it. Everything else is unnecessary data.
I mean, fair talk. That's basic Resident Evil knowledge anyway. So
yeah, that's also true. That's also true. But it's just like, just why? Like the frustration I feel is just like, yes, I mean, I'm not gonna say that the franchise wasn't technically going downhill from the 2nd film. Like it really was like starting to trash itself up horribly. But that's no reason to just make it all obsolete and start from scratch. Like, dude, just like take the scraps that you have and make a good meal.
Yes, I'm hungry. Feed me.
Oh my god.
But back on the topic, since we're getting way off now.
Yeah, way off. Sorry.
But Hugo Weaving not being in the next one it wasn't out of spite anything. Thankfully, it's just a matter of there's another TV project I think he's working on now. Not TV, movie project he's working on now, and the schedules just weren't working out.
Sad face.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Definitely scheduling conflicts. Something called The Visit, which is out. Oh no, it's a theater project. Okay, that's why. Yeah, he's working on a theater project, so he wouldn't have time to get away and work on the film.
That sounds like fun.
Okay, that sounds fair. I mean, if you think about it, especially in this interview he did, they did ask that question on why he wasn't portraying the Red Skull in both Avengers: Infinity War and Endgame, which was kind of like
the other thing I wanted to get to actually.
Yeah.
So just skim through this real quick. So in that same interview, of course, the question came up as to why he didn't reprise his role as Red Skull in Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame as he did previously in Captain America: The First Avenger. I think it was the first one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, the super short version is that that mainly came down to money.
Oh man, I knew that was gonna happen.
Wow.
Kind of the same reason why we didn't see Terrence Howard continue on as Rhodey through the rest of the films.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we even had the 3-film deal, which potentially could have been the first Captain America and these recent 2 Avengers films, but my assumption, and again my own personal assumption, I'm guessing considering how minuscule his role became in the recent 2 Avengers, probably wouldn't match the amount of money he was getting for his role in the first Captain America film. And the agents between the 2 sides probably couldn't see eye to eye on how much to pay.
Oh no, that sucks.
Hey, sometimes it just happens. I see that.
Okay. All right.
It's not like we got a bad role out of it. I mean, I can't remember the guy's name. Who was from? I know he was on Walking Dead. Ross Marquand. Yeah. The guy from Walking Dead.
Okay.
Yeah, he was the one who filled in for Red Skull in the recent Avengers movies. I mean, he did a good job.
Yeah, he did a good job.
I'll be honest, don't really know the guy, but that's because I don't watch The Walking Dead. I only watch Fear because Fear is better.
But I mean, he did a good job. It's not like it's not like the character's role in Avengers had to be super duper similar to how Hugo Weaving did his in Captain America, especially considering how long he's been up there. So of course there's bound to be some off-screen character development there.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. All right. Well, Matrix 4 does hit theaters May 21st, 2021. And before we get to our next
date already. Wow.
Yeah, they do. Yep. Next year.
Fast turnaround.
Okay.
We are going to take a short break. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you haven't done so already, please be sure to press that follow button up top, press that heart, and also turn on the bell for notifications every time we are live with not just the podcast, but also with our TLBX streams sessions, especially myself, Matt, Big John, Erisel, Galen, and Julissa do stream for the company various games, and we will be right back. So